Okay, today's content. Got a comment today by Josh Rowe, or I don't. Hopefully, I don't kill his name. Wishing your way along won't get you anywhere. Only improving yourself and working hard will get you where you want to go. Now, I agree with you on that, but there's another context and another way to view this type of situation that most average person, general population, and also in the law of attraction community, because I do see it, but it was a while back. So let me give you an example. You're right about wishing and hope. That's just wishful thinking. People say, that's why oftentimes logical people criticize The Secret because they can't use their imagination. They let their logic get in the way of the imagination, which is the right brain of their brain, which I am right brain, very right brained. I use my imagination. Sometimes that. Okay, so three examples that I'm gonna give you. This was a long time ago, long time ago. Like either it was a long time ago anyway. I don't remember, but I remember I was in the car with my friend, my best friend, and he said things were always the same and nothing changes this year. Hopefully next year will be different, but uh, nothing changes until you change in routine and what you do. Um, so another one, I'll give you example. My friend. Okay, let's talk about this. My friend, who I love dearly. I think that most often my friends they don't have the information or access, or they haven't, because it's like personal development. It's like it's constantly trying to improve yourself, trying to constantly brainwash yourself with all the gunk that the advertiser has market to you, your friends, the school system, your parents, the whole society has brainwashed you to think what you think are true, but it's not true. And so there's a situation where my friend posted on Facebook he wished the year to end, and I got pissed. I said like, because I already was in personal development stuff like law of attraction and stuff. Like I said no, like I was like, don't wish it, to be great. You make it great. And even though he probably get pissed, I don't know what happened, but I needed to say that. People say, it's their own journey and they need to figure out. No, in doing so, I'm doing a disservice to them. I want to, even if they're angry at me, I want them to say, no, that's not the correct way. Well, the correct way to think about going things. Another post was, I think a lot of law of attraction people, right, that they watch and consume a lot of law of attraction stuff online, and but they delude themselves saying they wish and think that they want great things to happen, and so the universe will give without them giving back to the universe, right? So this guy, he's post on Facebook, and he wish for the year to end, and I think that's a lot of people who wish the year to end instead of making the year great. Now let me tell you, most of the interviews and most of the stuff that I went through, it was from my sweat, my hard work, and the things that I had to put in. Right? When you have no capital, when you have no connection at first, you have to put sweat. They call it sweat equity, right? You put in your time and the content that you create, so that can help other people, and in turn they can. I think that too many people don't. They wish for things or stuff without putting in the things that they want happen. You, in context, God or the universe won't help you in that way, since your body, your mind, and your spirit are the instrument which way in a way that God is using you for the better of humanity. So let's talk about this. Content like positive messages, positive thinking, it's not there for it's there to motivate. Like, of course, people say you can't these things you can't motivate you have to motivate yourself to do things, but these are a way to brainwash your negative self-talk that we all have, and we most constantly beat ourselves most of the time. And that now we know that either their parents, entrepreneurs, whatever they are, they have dark days, or they're going through dark days, and that they need something to uplift them. And if they're in a dark place, positive thinking, positive message, motivational video will get them through the dark days. And I think that's very useful, because I was that in situation. I remember I was listening to Les Brown over and over again until it brainwashed the belief system that I have growing up. I think that everybody needed that nudge, because there wasn't any influential people in my life, or there wasn't a positive message to destroy that negative wiring in each and everybody brain when they grow up. I didn't know that self-help, improvement, law of attraction, or spiritual laws of the universe existed until it was discovering it. And today I will talk about service, right? I found in the master key system, uh, success and service, right? Now, a lot of people want the success they have. I don't care what they want. I mean, whatever success defined for them, whatever is financial gain, or the friends that they want to have, the connection that they want to have, the significant contribution that way they want to have. There's nothing that they want more if they are willing to put forth, to put in. If they want something happen great in our life, they better put in the effort, whatever, to create a video, a message to uplift people who are down and out, or sometimes they don't feel well. Sometimes they need that little motivation. So that's what you put in to, they call it the law of exchange. You exchange. And so as you uplift others, you're helping yourself. And so success is what we get. If you want something, right, we get what we give. When you give, you get, right? There's It's the law of exchange. We are both working towards a humanity trying, because I think that most often time most people complain and bitch and trying to believe that there's such thing as luck and all that, but truly I don't believe in luck in my perspective, because I put a lot of sweat equity and put a lot of time in my content videos and trying to spread a good message, right? That I think that um, people often at times say, why do you want celebrities or high profile authors or high profile big, and they're, here's the way I see it. If I can get them on here, they have influence that can influence other people for good. That's my mission in life, to be able to because they're using their influence. Some people are using their influence in the wrong way, and they're not providing humanity the things that they need. Like, yeah, sure, getting all the attention, all that is great when people, like, there a lot of celebrities or famous people are benefiting off the masses without any putting forth uh, uh, to change the mind of people. If they are a fan and they're like, the fan is giving them attention, but they're not giving, and the celebrities or any famous people are not giving back, I think that the celebrities are doing a disservice to the fans and the masses, right? And I think that's terrible way to, because if they're in power and their fame and fortune got them there because of their fans, I think that they should put back and give back to those fans, because they, those fans, they go to the concert, they go to whatever they, do, and they're putting in their money, oftentimes their hard-earned money, and the famous people should have put back into the fans. So in doing so, it changed the course of uh, the fan's life. Not just being a fan, but changing someone's life is better than being famous and being have all this power and money and fame and not changing anybody. But for me, that is what I'm here to do. This is back when I had no connection, back when I was just using these motivational tools, messages, videos to empower, to enrich my imagination. I was using it, so I remember I was using it as a imagination, so I use it. I was imagining that I surround myself with famous people or famous uh, uh, influential people and interviewing them or somehow connect. I think that people who are either mentors or you want to have the right connections and mentors because oftentimes mentors help you in situation where you can't see it yourself. They know the way, they know the road ahead. Um, because if you're trying to succeed in something, you can't see yourself in it, and most oftentimes that's why people get frustrated. Oftentimes because they don't see a way, and I'm bridging that gap because I see a way, and this is the right thing to do too. Because others have helped me because we live in the world of service, but oftentimes the workplace, the school place don't teach you that in order to be successful, um, I think that poor people, the middle class, only think about how they can enrich themselves instead of enriching others by service, knowledge, ideas, or whatever that is to improve the quality of humanity, way of thinking, the quality of their vocabulary, the quality of people's lives. I think that could be the way that we can tap into this universal power. There is a power, but where is it? I would say nothing change until you change in your imagination. I think that um, logical people need more imagination. Uh, Imagination or right brain or imagining people need logic. They need to use that unity, right? I think it's about unity. I am very right-brained. Entrepreneurs, right? I think that the people often disassociate with nerds and geek, while the cool people are the jocks or the popular people, right? Um, but the one who really stand out are the one who are not afraid up to being themselves. I'm not afraid to be myself because I get to talk about anime and all the things that I love, but combine it with self-help or some way to enrich people's life by using these video medium to impact people. In my mind, that's my way of thinking, right? But your imagination, I think that the first and foremost is adults. They when school they destroy kids' imagination. So they said you shouldn't imagine that. And so what happened is people use their logic too much in doing so. I think that people work hard on the wrong reason. They should work hard on their dream. Now, most people say you should work smart, not harder, but I think it's a combination of both, right? I mean, most people try to shortcut their way, just like the law of attraction. They try to shortcut their way to achieving something. Yes, you can manifest your dream, but in manifesting your dream is that you are you are the conduit, you are the vessel that you're the whatever who create this universe, God, whatever, I don't care. You are the conduit for this physical consciousness, whatever, to do its work through you as a human being. Accept that. That's why most people um, are are they want something. They know that is there, but it's missing. They felt like their life could have become more better, but they're looking in all the wrong places. And if they can find that, if they have someone to guide them or to let them see a new way, I think that could change people's life. Not just people who are in self-help development. People who are into self-help development already know about this, but people who need it the most are the masses. because people, the masses are consuming rich people products and services, and they're not. It's great, but they're not. Their life is not changing because of it. How many clothes could you buy? How many things that you could buy? Like the most people talk about nerds and geeks. I guess I could call myself a geek or nerd, right? Because I was listening to a while back. I was watching an interview with Tom Peale, right? Interviewing Vision Lakani, right? And Tom Peale said, "Man, all these entrepreneurs are like fucking philosophers." Yeah, because entrepreneurs or wealthy people or rich people, they have philosophies and skill set or knowledge that most average person don't know about. Because I think that most people think that rich people they don't have this type of thinking. But I mean, fuck, Bill Gates. Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg are fucking nerds, right? Shit. But entrepreneurs, now, when we watch these entrepreneurs talk, they're fucking like philosopher, aren't they? They're like fucking nerds. Like if fucking Gary Vee, when he talked, he talked like a nerd, and he now people was like, no, you shouldn't say that. No, think about this. The nerds, like entrepreneurs, are the new nerds, and they're the new geek in town, right? And that's cool now. But back then, I don't think people think. I mean, people think that the cool people are the one that, uh, um, what was it, get a lot of people attention. But the cool ones are the ones that change their destiny, people's life, and to move a needle, right? And they say that we don't attract what we want; we attract who we are. But the thing is, people oftentimes talk about, oh, I listened to Les Brown, he talked about that, but you don't really understand it. Now, if you're in a bad situation, in order to attract great things in your life, you need to change in the way that you see the world. That you changes. People talk about vibration, you change it all the time, but you don't really change. You don't want to change the vibration. You're like, what do you mean? I thought law of attraction is about changing vibration. You can change in vibration, but to truly change is through constantly improving your mind, spirit, and body. I think that law of attraction misses these type of things. They don't push that enough, hard enough to say it's not enough to change in frequencies and vibration. You can talk all that, but all the entrepreneurs, all the Jack Canfield, all the people who you look up to, they change the way they're thinking and they upgrade their belief system. And they befriended with amazing people. Now I'm getting to understand that more and more. Uh, and that's you want to associate with people who can. We're here to help each other out. You want to befriend the right people to help you to get what you want to go. But also you want to give back to them because they help you. You shouldn't forget who helped you in the beginning. And so a long time ago, I wrote on my tweet, or I sent out a tweet. I say, my thoughts are in the heavens, yet I can see it, dream it, taste it. I'm building it, moving the wheel of the heavens, or the wheel of fire in Naruto, right? The wheel of fire. So people talk about heavens in some type of way, right? But for me, my thoughts, I think that we need a way to imagine the greater life, the good life. Just imagine it. Use it. Um, uh, Lenin, who I look up to a lot, he talked about that we humans, and I was holding a ball, right? And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. He often talked about that the earth, it's what's inside the earth that attracts, right? And that he often talked about that we are solar bodies. So we have this um, energy that we are, when we develop our internal gravity, we attract people. It's by the way that we improve ourselves, but it's also in service to others and the drive, the the hunger for success, whatever that is. But also to push the human race forward, not to dilute them with garbage that people had been passing on, but to create a degree to change something in the way that they think about the world, right? I think that oftentimes the masses, your friends, your people think that you cannot change the way the world, uh, because that's the world the way it is. But they're wrong. An aspect, and you want to change the world, you want to change who you are as a person, your the way that we carry ourselves, the language that we use. That's oftentimes we associate with great minds, right? Usually, great minds associate with great minds. People, I think that people need to upgrade their friends, whoever they hang around with. If you don't have that type of support, you can find them online. You can befriend them online, and that's how people become associated with great success people, because success rub off on you. Their thinking, their habits, or their way of the way that they are philosopher of life. They change. Um, I remember, I forgot my friend. He said he hate philosophy or something, but then your whole life is guided by philosophy. Your whole life is guided by the way that you think about things, and your philosophy uh, is the direction where your life is going to direct you. Your philosophy is like a sailboat. You can go that direction, you can go the other direction. People work hard on the wrong things. I think that the universe helped you if you help it. That's the only way to help, right? If you want great stuff or things or people come in your life, you want to help it. It meaning people. People are the universe or humanity, or whatever that is. I think that oftentimes people talk about law of attraction this, law of attraction that, stuff, things, but they don't push enough about changing in the way that they see in service. If they want great things to happen, it is the service that needs to happen. It is the things that they want to manifest. It is in the exchange for the value that they have put in, and then when they people receive, and if the people see that it changes their life, they give back to you. But it's not from them, or it could be anywhere, because that's how the universe works. The universe, it's always for you when you are for it. When you are putting the time and energy and your signature into this plus, I call it the universe is a system of back and forth of giving, right? So it's giving you, it's give you life. It's give you the air that you breathe. Without the air and oxygen, you wouldn't be here. It give you the vitality, the energy, the power to control and direct your your future to become whoever you want it to be. It's up to you to develop that gift, the voice. Um, the voice could give people hope, change their life, their positive message could change somebody's destiny. By people listening to my voice, by people listening to my ideas or knowledge that I put in, it will change the course of people's life because of the direction or the contact that people have within me. I mean, that with me, whether through my video or whatever that is. Yes, I do have dark days and I do have dark time. I'm not always, my mind is not always, but it's getting better, right? So the way that we see life is this. We always talk about the good life. We always talk about it's always next year will be great. But why not put the forth, put in the great work now? Like, it took me years to try to imagine the greater life. It took me years of constantly uh, brainwashing myself, hypnotic, trying to look into a future that I wanted to. Uh, your thoughts, your imagination can turn into form if you will it. It's your by you holding that with your will, believing enough, persistent is the key. to success, as Bruce Lee said in the book, right? That's probably it today, and I hope that this is very useful because I combine it. Where is it? Oh yeah, in Earl Nightingale, Lee the Field said, when you seek in form of rewards, you must first earn the form of service to others. If you want that type of reward, whether it's money or whatever that fulfill you or needs that you want the most, right? I think that people need to understand that, whether that law of attraction or spirituality or psychics or whatever they want, monetary, whatever that is for them. That's it for today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.